Weather, heating, electrical, and plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, probably sunny skies. We'll start the day off. Then we'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low of around 45. And mostly sunny skies will return to the forecast for tomorrow with a high of around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, if the October incentives get better, you won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Koppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with approved credit.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
In my opinion, Nebraska is still in the driver's seat.
Wow.
To win this thing. They're in the driver's seat.
That would be incredible.
If Wisconsin hadn't lost Braylon and a high ankle sprain, you don't play again that year. I mean, losing him is monumental.
It'll be interesting to see a team that's missed so many bowl games in a row, to how they could handle potentially having the mentality of being in the driver's seat.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, probably sunny skies. We'll start the day off. Then we'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low of around 45. And mostly sunny skies will return to the forecast for tomorrow with a high of around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Whether it's playing on a sports team or creating art, it's important to encourage your kids to explore their interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Let your child know you believe in their passions. It can contribute to your child's focus and improve the quality of their schoolwork, too. So show that budding scientist some encouragement by helping them with an experiment or play catch with your baseball enthusiast.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome in to the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska esports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Ahman Green.
Welcome into the show. Welcome to the Ahman Green Show. I'm your host, Ahman Green. With my man Harrison to my right, and
we got Kendall Warnock in the building.
Kendall Warnock from
A1 Automotive.
A1 Automotive in the house tonight to talk about some great things that they're doing for the vets.
Absolutely. So, Kendall, we'll go ahead and bring you in right off the bat. I know we got to talk about it a little bit off air here, but again, it sounds like you're doing some really cool things for veterans here coming up this Thursday, I believe, one starting. So, I just kind of want you to inform everyone who's listening right now what's kind of going on with A1 Automotive.
Yeah. So, appreciate you all letting me jump on tonight. And again, we're just, we try to be impactful in the community when and where we can. This is no different. Veterans Day is coming up. I think we all value what veterans have done and will continue to do for us, and that's just give us our freedom and continue to allow us to live free, and we just value that quite a bit here at the Ticket, A1 Automotive, and I think everybody does in the community. So on Thursday, we're going to give every veteran that is able to come by. We're gonna do free oil changes all day on Thursday. Now that's from 7:30 to 5:30 p.m. We're going to do as many as we can. And I talked to DP via text a couple days ago, and he's going to help in a couple spaces. But again, we just want to try. We've done this for the last couple of years, but we want to try to get quite a few in on Thursday. So if we do, if we do 30, great. If we do 60, great. If we have to carry over on Friday and do some on Friday, great. So it's all about, again, this is a small gesture, small token of appreciation for the veterans in the community that have sacrificed their time to defend this country. So, man, we're getting geared up for it. The team is excited about it, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, it's awesome because you see it all the time now. There's a lot of veterans out there that are struggling, and you don't always know how much support there is. But super awesome that you guys are doing this. And you said you've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 3 years, and we try to figure out like how much different we can be in terms of being impactful for the veterans, and we've done it for a couple of years now. We'll continue to do it. We're just grateful to be able to do it, and I say that a lot. People that are around me know that I say, always try to live in a steady state of gratitude because things can be taken away from us in a minute. And we know that, but again, we're just trying to be impactful for the veterans and a small token of appreciation.
Absolutely. And 3 years ago, what was that original kind of thought process where this thing really started coming into picture where you're like, you know what, this is something not only am I capable of doing, but I'm going to follow through and actually do the action and help these veterans out?
I think in the talents that all of us have, we try to figure out like what's our God-given abilities, what's the gifts that God has given us. And it's always been vehicles for me. So that's been a space that I've known really well for my entire life. And then I'm trying to understand, okay, how does he want me to pay that forward, pay that back to people? And that's just a matter of being in a constant state of giving and gratitude. And, we did it 3 years ago. I think we had maybe 13 to 15 vets. And I wanted to try to get ahead of it a little bit this year. And I'm grateful Ahman allowed us to jump on tonight and just kind of chop up a little bit about it. But again, we want to do as many as we can. And this is no strings attached. You come in and we're going to take care of you on Thursday.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's incredibly awesome. And where can they go and find you? What is some of the locations that word of mouth here if they want to get that on and get serviced? Where are those locations?
Yeah, we're downtown Lincoln right now at the Ticket's new spot on O Street. We're 2 blocks away. We're 11th and L, right across from the Cornhusker Hotel. That's kind of where everybody knows if I say where's the shop at. It's Cornhusker Hotel right across the street. So 1117 L Street. You can certainly, any vets that are listening or watching, you can book an online appointment. Super easy. A1AutoLincoln.com. You'll see the appointments scheduled there at the top of the website. And again, let's get as many veterans and whoever's listening. If you are a family member of a veteran, let's get them in and let's try to make just a very small impact on them this coming Thursday.
For sure. Absolutely. Definitely check it out. And again, I want to thank Kendall Warnock for coming on air a little bit here and kind of telling about what he's doing. Again, that's going to start Thursday. So again, definitely check out the website, go to A1 Automotive. You can probably probably scheduling an appointment would be the easiest way for a lot of people, or just pulling in, doesn't matter.
Yeah. And we're going to, the doors are going to be open 7:30 to 5:30 Thursday. The team is geared up. We're ready and we're hoping to see a ton of vets on Thursday. But again, A1AutoLincoln.com. You can book that appointment. You can book appointments starting at 7:30 we'll take appointments up to 5. And I'm hopeful that we do, if we have an overrun of need there with the vets in the community of Lincoln, we're going to go ahead and run it on Friday too.
Awesome. Yeah, that's just incredible. It's great to see the people of Lincoln. And I always kind of get this working for the ticket. That's one thing I've realized. There's just a lot of great people in Lincoln. And Kendall, you being one of them, obviously DP starting this place up, and so many others we have come through this studio. So again, want to shout out A1 Automotive and Kendall Warnock for doing what they're doing. Check it out Thursday. Go to their locations. Word of mouth again. Let everyone know, because it would be a good problem to have if you do have to lay it over on maybe that Friday as well.
Yeah. Hey, if we've got to run it Monday, we're going to run it Monday too. So let's
there you go.
Let's pack that place on Thursday.
Absolutely. With that being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to our first break here. This is the Ahman Green Show. Again, shout out to Kendall Warnock for joining us here on letting him tell us about what's going on this Thursday with A1 Automotive to help those vets out. We'll go to break and talk to you guys on the other side.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive. Always honest answers.
Takes this time to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. They are thankful for those who served our great nation and gave their lives to defend this country, which should never be taken for granted. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality, service, and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Thanksgiving is near, and Fairway is now taking orders for fresh turkeys, holiday hams, prime ribs, holiday trays, and more. Save yourself the stress of waiting until the last minute and order ahead this year for your holiday meals at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
No doubt about it, a water softener saves you money. Don't have one? Call the plumbers at Bryant. Just one call and no arm-twisting contracts. For a free estimate, call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, probably sunny skies. We'll start the day off. Then we'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low of around 45. And mostly sunny skies will return to the forecast for tomorrow with a high of around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison Arns, running the ones and twos. Host, as always, Ahman Green in studio. And we want to shout out Kendall Warnock from A1 Automotive. Joined us on the first segment to go ahead and talk about the awesome deal he's doing for veterans. Again, veterans, get your car serviced for free on that Thursday. Just pull up as soon as the doors open, and they'll try to get as many in as they can. If they got rolled over to Friday to get them in, they'll do that. Even if they got to do it again on Monday, they'll do that. So word of mouth, spread it out. A1 Automotive, Kendall Warnock, awesome opportunity for veterans. But I'm on Green. I'll go ahead and throw it to you. I know Nebraska Esports, we had some official rankings you were talking about coming out now.
Yeah, but yeah, also too, Kendall and what they're doing at Automotive Auto One is, veterans, as we were talking right, we went off for break. They won't ask for that help. They won't say, "Hey, I need help." It doesn't matter how many years they were in, and they're just built that way mentally.
Yeah.
Similar to most athletes. So, help out. Let a veteran know that they could go get some stuff done to their vehicle for free and don't have to worry about anything. Because sometimes veterans in a situation that they dug a hole for themselves because they not verbalizing what's going on mentally and physically and emotionally. So do that. That's awesome. It's good to help people. It should obviously be some part of your mantra every day as a human being on this planet, because we know we got a lot of crazy things going on in the world. But yeah, over to Nebraska Esports. So the rankings came out this week in all the games.
I'm curious what you guys are in Super Smash, because I was looking at your win-loss. You guys are nice, I'd imagine, in there.
Yeah, so starting off, I'm going to go just like they are played every week. Tonight is Overwatch 2, so in about 40 minutes, we'll be playing against Illinois, who is ranked number 1 in Overwatch 2 right now at 5-0. And we are in the middle of the pack. We're at 2-3. In terms of map play, we have 6 wins in terms of maps, 9 losses there. Illinois, they're 12-1 map play on there and 5-0 overall. So that's who we have today. So it's going to be a pretty big match, or I'll say hard match.
Yeah, because they've only lost 1 round.
Exactly. By the sounds of it. Only 1 loss, 1 round, 1 map, and overall 5-0. So so tough match tonight.
Good litmus test.
But still, good litmus test. Still got to play the games.
Yeah.
Got to kick the ball off, tip it off, whatever. How you started. Watch that clock count down to 1, and then boom, Overwatch 2. So that's where they're ranked now, and that's who we have this week. And then next game up here is, Rocket League. And Penn State is 4-0 and Rocket at the top of the bracket there. And we are down a little bit. We're sitting at 0-3. So tough season so far.
I feel like Rocket League's got to be one of the most competitive esports out there. Just based on, that might be my biased knowledge.
Yeah.
But that's just because I feel like that's the game I hear nonstop that people seem to always be playing.
No, I agree. It's over in all states, all 48 continuous. It is. Between that and Smash. Rocket League is a common game, played everywhere.
Kind of older game too, same with Smash,
yeah, it's been out since, well, Smash Ultimate has been out since 2018. Rocket League came out like around between 2013, 2015, somewhere in there. And ever since then, it's just erupted because a lot of young kids got on it early. Those kids were probably 5, 6, 8, 9. Now they're 17, 18, 19, and they just
schooling me when I get on.
Oh my God. The aerials is amazing. Having to get back on defense and able to defend the goal at the same time, getting back on offense to be able to take that ball and pass it or to shoot it from the goal once you defend it on the pitch there. So young team for us. We have, Brody, new team manager, assistant coach there. So he's going through the ranks and getting his just dues on understanding how to be a coach, how to help players develop. And that's something where I'm going to come in and work with some of the players that need to get better, especially with the offseason coming up real soon. We have our Christmas, we got Thanksgiving break and then Christmas break. So that'll be the time where I will sit with them and tell them or give them the assignments. Hey, I need you to do this during break when you're playing, because season doesn't end till end of February. Then we'll know if we rank where we rank at in each game to go to the LAN event, and hopefully it's every game we could go and play. That's the goal, to get all 4 teams go. If not, we know we got 1 or 2 that may go. So we just gotta wait and see. But that's Rocket League. So next on the slate here, Super Smash Brothers, and like you have been wondering, Harrison, Smash Brothers, we're tied for second right now.
Okay, nice.
So we're 8-1, along with Iowa. It's 8-1.
Of course, it's Iowa.
Of course. So yeah, we're tied with Iowa at 8-1 at ranked 2 in the league or in Smash. Ranked number 1, tie, a 3-way tie there. Michigan State, University of Michigan, and the Badgers. And in terms of map play or matches given and given away, I'll say we've won 3 and lost 2 there. So we're ranked number 2 in Smash. And yes, that's probably one of our betters, because I know Valorant has been struggling. So I think out of all 4 games, Smash Brothers is our best game. And Eric Dundas, redundancy as he goes by in the Discord. Like I said, he's a guy from day one. I mentioned that back in the spring doing Smash Brother social events at the Union every Saturday or Sunday night, and just inviting everybody and playing. And then for practice wise, this spring we talked, how they play. They just play a lot of games, and getting those games in. Those are reps that are going to count as competition experience for them when you go against. No matter who you're going against, you already been in a situation where you got to fight your way out of, literally. Because being a Super Smash Brother, but in all the other games too, that's where, like in Rocket League, that's where a young team doesn't have those reps. So just playing a lot of games, learning little tidbits of playing defense, stuff like that in terms of Rocket League. But regardless of getting those reps is what's huge and make any player, any team better at the end. And then finally wrapping up with Valorant here. I think we're here at we're at the bottom of the pack here, 1-3 right now. We have not, we won. For some reason, we're 0-6 in map play or match play.
But you got to win. See, so that's what I was looking at earlier.
It's kind of confusing.
That's why I was asking you. I was like, am I looking at this right? Or
No, you're right. I mean, they've won one because they're 1-3 overall, but I don't understand why they're 0-6 in terms of
miscalculation.
Match play. Definitely miscalculation on that. And but regardless, we got a victory. Season's not over.
Yeah, I was
we still
say,
got
pretty
a lot
small
of games.
sample size,
So,
to say the least.
Yeah, only basically this is a month or so of matches right here. So we have the rest of November. We got part of December before fall break, before we get out of here, and then we come back in January, and we have mid-January, and we may have. I'll look to make sure games are not being played during fall break. I'll double check that. But from my knowledge, is obviously once school comes back, then we have half of January, all of February, and then at the end of February, we'll know when the dust settles, what's everybody's record, and then who are we taking to the LAN event, which will be announced Thanksgiving weekend. We'll find out where we're going.
And is that like the cream of the crop tournament?
Yep, that's the cream of the crop. Whoever is the top 4 in all these games are heading over there. And obviously, so for the games that we're at right now, looking like right now, Smash has a good
chance right now if they keep it up.
They punch their ticket, so they're punching their ticket right now, saying, "Hey, we want to be wherever Iowa or Ohio State, Minnesota, Illinois, or wherever the first of Atlanta of the big esports conference will be here in 2023-2024 season." So,
what are some of the challenges of those LAN events? What does that bring? That's a little bit of a different atmosphere.
Great question. I love that you answered that question. So it's going to bring in stuff like environment, because we've been playing at home.
Yeah,
we've been playing in our dorm rooms. We don't have a facility. Ohio State has a facility. I believe Penn State has a facility. Michigan, Wisconsin. No, I think Wisconsin, Minnesota. So there's about a handful of Big Ten schools or big esports conference schools that have esports facilities. So that environment is going to be interesting to adjust. And that's going to be something I'm going to get the players if they don't do it on their own. I'm definitely going to say, hey, let's, have your roommate, be cheering in the background or do something that brings in the atmosphere of an in-person event.
Some
or
distractions on
distraction,
the outside.
noises, the lights, have your roommate flash the lights on and off, do something loud so where you get used to that environment. Cause that's part of playing big games, playing games in general and having the opportunity to play in a situation where if you played in that event, you're comfortable. You get there, there's nothing that's going to rattle you. If the crowd is loud, the crowd is booing, they're saying your name, calling you, just doing things like that to distract you from being a gamer. If you practiced it, then you'll be ready for it. Same thing in traditional sports where for football, I remember the coaches turn up the crowd noise, bringing speakers on the field, put it right behind us, behind the huddle, and turn and crank it all the way up. So we then can work on not hearing each other and working on hand signals or working on reading lips. So we know that we don't jump off sides. We hear the play call. And all in elements like weather, because when it would be, we were in weather was good for us here, but we're going and it's been, forecast that it's going to be raining on the weekend. We will soak the balls in a bucket of water. So we get used to
get them waterlogged,
get used to holding a wet ball. So obviously for esports, there's none of that going on, but that's the mindset, crowd noise, obnoxious fans saying crazy things or and lights flashing around.
That's definitely going to be an impact. The light shows at those. I've seen enough videos where they announce the winner when the games are going on.
You're right.
I think that'd be the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made to be extremely entertaining for all those just sitting there watching it.
For the viewers, but that might, as a player, you're seeing this red light and that means y'all just lost. Not letting that bother you. And you got crowd in the stands chanting their team name, go Buckeyes or go whatever. And you got to ignore that and just play your game, win or lose. And if you're winning, then you won't hear a lot of that. And if not, if it's a good crowd that doesn't, slow down because their team is not winning, then you're going to be in there for a fight, not only against the team, but against the fans. It's just ignoring and creating what I call making it white noise. It's all just goes in together. And I didn't even realize half the time that the fans were saying anything to me about me because I was focused on my gameplay and worrying about the play call, looking at the defense, see where they're lined up and all that. And same here with gaming. You just got to focus on the game mode and Valorant to smash, fighting the other player against you, Overwatch 2, getting the payload and holding the point, and, Rocket League defending, playing defense like it's no other. Just ignore all the sound that's going on in the facility once we get there in person.
Absolutely. And I do want to quick switch over to Valorant because you said that's a group right now that is struggling a little bit. What are some of the things you think they need to do to try to improve their record and obviously just continue to develop and learn from every game essentially?
When I've been watching their games and I watched the game and then I watched the VOD after the recap of the game. And the biggest thing I saw was sometimes, not on the same page, and I cannot hear the comms. So I'm not in comms. So that will bring me back to what are they saying? Are they even talking to one another? Can I kind of see some misunderstanding? We'll have players pushing in the area.
That's pretty high team chemistry game, right?
Yep. It is. You got to have it. You got to have comms on point. So I'm not saying they're not talking. I just don't know because I can't hear comms. So I'm pretty sure maybe they're talking. Maybe there's a misunderstanding of what the player might have said and covering the area. Sometimes I know one time I saw them go down they call it long on the map, and they were almost in a line, and 3 of them got took out by 1 sniper rifle because they're all lined up. And I was like, that's in any shooter, not just Valorant, any shooter. That's like, you don't do that. You don't line, and if it's 2 or 3, try to stagger each other. So if that make that guy work to kill you, or to hit you with a headshot. But when they're lined up, you made it easy for the sniper there. So
that's like old school war style right there.
Exactly.
We phased out for a reason.
Exactly. So it's just stuff, stuff that's fixable.
Yeah.
And then I think more of the mental side, I'm going to talk about this every week because I think that's something in the esports world that really has to get looked at, because when you start to lose, you can't tap out. You can't, say we're not going to win this when it's only been 1 match. I seen the commercial. I've been watching it for a couple of weeks now. I don't know if you caught the Dr. Pepper commercial. No, the Dr. Pepper. They got the fan city, and there is Brian Bosworth. He's the town sheriff. it's that one commercial is playing now. All the fans in the room are like, "Oh, season's over." One guy burnt the pile of jerseys. The one
Yeah, had it
girl
out in the front yard.
she's throwing stuff. She's throwing all the food she just made. She's throwing it on the ground, talking about her season's over. And then he's like, Byron Bosworth goes, the sheriff. He like, "Hey, that was the first play of the game." Like, calm down. So it's like, that's the first match. Don't let it rattle you. Any of the matches, first to the last match, don't let it get in your head, because this is video game competition. So it's gonna be like that. It's a winner and a loser. And if you cannot adjust to winning and losing, then you're gonna have a hard time, because we're gonna be playing the games against these teams in the Big Ten or the Big East Sports Conference. They're gonna not get any easier. They're gonna get harder, because people going to start recruiting. They're gonna get players just like we are, and good players gonna come in, and good players going to go. We're gonna have players come in that's gonna be with us for 3 to 4 years. They're gonna graduate and move on. So that's my job, to recruit better players, to get them in here, to make sure we always have a competitive roster. And for the players, once they're here, they practice to get better. They practice to work together better, understanding communication amongst each other, not just in game, but out of game too. So it takes all that. So there's just something where not just Valorant, but all the teams got to stay consistent with. And then once you learn that, you get that down pat, then it's more of a muscle memory thing. It's always there, but you got to train it just like anything else. You got to train, like, you know what? We lost that match, so what? We got to come in, play ready to go. I'll say positives from Valorant and Overwatch too, being the shooters. Accuracy is on point. Targeting is good. So the basics, fundamentals, some of the map awareness got to get better. But overall, that's what I'm here for. But that's why I love doing this, because I can help them along with helping themselves of understanding. Look, this is where you at. You're actually not far off. You just got to clean these little parts up of communication and map rotation and map awareness, and play with confidence and not lose it when you get down a match.
That's at least a good problem to have, right? It seems like you can at least study up on the X's and O's. Like at least they have like the raw skill, like targeting, the tracking's all good. So at least those are things. It's like, hey man, just clean these up, or her. I don't want to say just man.
Yeah, no, like you're right. You're right.
Associating
co-ed rosters. Yeah.
That's always just kind of crazy association too. It is cool though, because I don't want to leave out the girls, because the more and more time goes on, they're bigger part of the gaming community. But I do want to ask, you're talking about esports teams are going to be getting across the Big Ten, across the country as a whole. One of those things are facilities. I imagine are just going to keep going up left and right. What are some of the strengths you think, once we do get this facility here at Nebraska, that you're excited about, that you think will really help, whether it's mental, the team chemistry? What are the real positives that having a actual base location be for you guys?
It's going to be all that. And then, we could see each other. Like, I could see my players, and I could actually be in, arm reach to them, of talking to them and going over things, breaking down the film together. We have these talks, and then, working on the little things that some of them do need to work on in each of their games. And we'll be adding more games. We'll be adding Call of Duty, I believe, for the next season. And then I think hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers for either Madden or NCAA.
That'd be awesome.
That's coming out next year.
The UFC one would be cool too.
UFC,
I would love to pitch that. But
and NBA 2K, FC 24. I would love to see those individual sports games, and then more fighting games, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, just to name a few. So it's going to be in person. Once we get to that in-person element, that's where I feel I'm in my comfort zone, because that's where I grew up in. I grew up in the atmosphere around, going to a park, going to a field, practicing, going over plays, looking in the huddle, going over playbooks, but then, talking about it after the match, after the game, after the practice, breaking down film, and, talking the players through, this is what you should have done, or great job here, keep doing this. This is what it looks like when you have all the fundamentals down, and what's going on in the map, the gameplay, know how to defend the point, or the area, from the attackers in Valorant. So you understand, you kind of show them. And then when you're talking in person, you could give them that information of, oh man, good job. When they see me react, or a teammate react, high five, they could high five each other. Like, you can't do that now. You can't fist bump after a good match. Maybe for a few of them, they might be roommates, or they might just say, hey, I'm going to come bring my PC over to your room. So maybe a few of them are fist bumping, because all that is great. And you're cultivating that oh man, we just won, and that's
like it gets rid of that negative energy too.
Exactly.
Right, because
Yep.
when it's a lot, you see it all the time on social media. It's a lot easier to be mean and nasty when you never got to see them.
Exactly. And like we see with football, basketball, baseball, and volleyball, they high-fiving each other after a spike. You watch the lady volleyball team, they spike the ball, they get point, high five, they go in their little huddle.
When Newsom was running into the end zone after the blocked field goal, he's
Right.
getting high-fived running
Exactly.
in.
And so that is going to be a big difference. And so when we win a match, everybody, no matter the game, they get to go to the left or to the right, a fist bump to the left, or high five, whatever they decide to do. Because I know the Overwatch team, I'm not sure if the Valorant team has this, or the Smash players, or the Rocket League team too. I know the Valorant team, they have a little like 3, 2, 1, like they do a little chant. And so I'm like, I'm like, doing that in person gonna be way different.
Yeah,
because it's like, all right, now do we do a high five now with it? Because right now they're saying 1, 2, 3. I just can't remember what they said right now, but it's just like, we're about to start a game, so let's get a little hype, let's have some fun, and let's go win. And they'll say their little chant and go. And now that is going to be in person. High fives going to be added, or fist bumps, or shoulder bumps, or chest bumps, or something when they get the victory. So that, I think for the players, that's going to be something very exciting for them to have taking place in person.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool, and I'm excited to see it when it does land here in Nebraska. I do want to talk about the kind of the negativity that's sometimes going to happen in games. When you're at those tournaments, like, can other teams, are there rules about what you can all say in the chat, or is the chat shut off, or what does that look like? How do they kind of, I don't even know if like players have enough energy to even focus on talking trash.
Well, if it's a live stream, and most live streams for college, for collegiate level, I believe you don't hear the voice chat. You do hear it amongst each other, but the viewers don't. So I'm assuming, and from I'll say this, from my experience in the chat, sometimes it does get volatile, because I remember, I think it was my Call of Duty team in Lakeland where we were playing against a really good team, and then they were saying some rude remarks, and my players reported it to me. And so they did their job by reporting it, and then I could report it to the TOs, the tournament organizers. And so that alleviate that. And then that was a team that had several strikes against them, because it was an open bracket league. And so
you weren't the first.
Yeah, so we weren't the first,
okay.
and we hopefully we were the last, because they got banned for continued trash talking and demeaning the other team, and not being respectful, at the end of the day. And for that, being that they probably didn't have, would it be an open, when I mean open league, that means any team can jump in this league. So not even a college team. It could just be a team basically off the street.
Okay.
And so they don't have coaching, or they have coaching, but that coaching is one of the players. And so that's doable in that league. So when you have that open league scenario, then you can find yourself in a conversation or in a chat where you got people being real ignorant and disrespectful. But if you're in with another school that has coaching staffs, that has GMs or game managers and IGLs, in-game leaders, then they have the basic fundamental of leadership coaching, is like, they'll just say, GG's, good game, good shot here on that last map, stuff like that. Stuff you should hear from good competitors that are being, I say fair, being good sportsmen, basically.
Yeah, because it definitely take you out of a game as soon as, I've had games in Rocket League. I'm sure you're familiar with how the rankings work. You'll jump up a rank if you win enough. And I'm always at this threshold. Every time I jump up a rank and I'll play twos or whatever, I can tell I'm at the bottom of that rank now. And whoever my teammate is, if I mess up like once or twice within that first minute, they'll just quit.
They can't take it.
Yeah, and it's like, it's that mentality thing, right? It's like, calm down. We can maybe figure it out here yet. But nonetheless,
stay in there, man.
It's definitely a big thing. Across the board, mentality is always a major factor. But we got to go ahead and throw it to our second break here on the Ahman Green Show. I'm Harrison Arns running the ones and twos. We got Ahman Green, host as always. And if you guys want to join the show, 402-464-5685. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Thanksgiving is near, and Fairway is now taking orders for fresh turkeys, holiday hams, prime ribs, holiday trays, and more. Save yourself the stress of waiting until the last minute and order ahead this year for your holiday meals at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Community colleges to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, probably sunny skies. We'll start the day off. Then we'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 70. Tonight, probably cloudy skies are expected with a low of around 45. And mostly sunny skies will return to the forecast for tomorrow with a high of around 72. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. This is the Ahman Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of the Ahman Green Show. Here, we also had Kendall Warnock on for the first segment of A1 Automotive. Again, want to shout that out one more time. Super cool what he's doing for all veterans out there. Get your car serviced for free oil change. Take care of that. Fill up your tires. Just show up to any of the A1 Automotive locations. There's one right downtown here, only about a couple blocks away from the studio. And that's going to go all day on Thursday. And if it needs to roll over in order to get all those veterans' cars serviced, he'll do that, whether it takes one day, a couple more days. But nonetheless, super generous offer. And he's been doing it for 3 years now. So definitely check it out, word of mouth, and let them know. But Ahman Green, we got about 9 minutes left on this segment. What do you want to talk about here? We got esports coming up. I know we got Nebraska basketball. I'm sure a lot of people are pumped up about that. Tipping off at 7 o'clock. No K-State Tamanaga, but nonetheless, they got Lindenwood. Should be a Husker win. You still got to be careful with this thing. Should be. You still got to show up, right?
You definitely got to show up all the time. I say with the esports real quick to wrap that up, we still, I should have brought I still have the QR code from last week, one of our first sponsors. Sly.
Oh, yeah.
Drink on the Sly beverage. That is a esports, I say, community drink. And then we're promoting it now. I'll get more. I know I left I made copies of it.
Yep.
So
I know Rico handed some of those
we got to
out.
get them taped on the walls everywhere. But we're going to have it around campus and definitely start posting on social media, advertising that. So if you go to drinkontheslide.com, you can see the website there, and there's items there. But we'll have our own we have our own QR code. So if you watch my Gamers Lounge podcast that I do on Wednesdays, Nebraska Esports will start posting it on social media. We're starting that promotion this week. So when you buy items, the drink, the hat, we got a hoodie. I know we got t-shirt, we got a beanie. Winners here.
Oh, that beanie is for sale?
Yeah.
The one that you lost?
Yeah, the one I lost. I'm gonna support and buy me a new one. I'm not gonna ask for a new one. I'm gonna help support the program by buying me a new one. They have a pillow, like a neck pillow from when you fly. I have 2 of them now, which is awesome. And they have a little mini fridge for the beverages too. So you can go to the website, and once you get the link and QR code that we'll share on social media this week, that's how you can support. Real easy way to support is buy a few items. They have 12-pack and a 4-pack.
Yep.
Of items, of drinks, different flavors. We had mango and citrus here last week.
Oh yeah,
You
the
like
mango was super good.
No, I had vanilla. I'm sorry, I had vanilla. You had mango. And so yeah, just promoting that. I'm always do that, and I'm excited about the school year. Is just flew by. We're into basketball now and football and volleyball, all playing, doing well. And then we got the boys on the football field. They got
3 games left.
They got Maryland. They got 3 games. They start with Maryland and Tagovailoa, and then they got Wisconsin, and they finish up Thanksgiving weekend, which I'll be gone. I'll be at home celebrating Thanksgiving in Houston, but Iowa Hawkeyes will be here in town, so I'm definitely going to be watching it. I'll be glued to the TV. If we're doing any pregame stuff, I'll say, Harrison, send me the link. I want to jump in and chime in on this, because I know Iowa is kind of, I don't even know. I'll be honest, I don't know how their season's going. I'll look it up by then, obviously, and see what
it's weird. They're sitting 6-2.
6-2. Okay,
it's just, I don't know. You talk to an Iowa fan, you would assume they haven't won a game yet.
They're being tough, huh?
Yeah, I think it's just one of the. It's a bizarre program to watch. The on-field product, you're winning games, but the offense, I think their offense in the last game they won, I think they had less than 150 yards.
Oof. Yeah,
and they still got the win.
Hey, a win's a win. Unfortunately, in college football, you gotta kind of still impress the posters or the voters. That's the thing. NFL, it don't matter. We saw Green Bay get a win.
Yeah,
it was an ugly win, but it's in NFL. I remember I played on when I was in the league. I had some teams that I was on, and we had some ugly wins. But a win's a win. The ugliness is just you go to film and correct all the mistakes out there. So that's shout out to my Packers, and shout out obviously watching my Huskers this weekend against the Terrapins coming to town, which I never
should
thought
be interesting. The Maryland Terrapins have been on a little bit of a roller coaster this season. They're curious to me because I really want to know what the state of their locker room is, because it's been at one point everyone's like, oh my gosh, look at Maryland Terrapins here. They were kind of lighting the world on fire. They pushed Ohio State for that first half, and then the wheels kind of fell off, and they just really haven't gotten back up. So I wonder what that does. From a mentality standpoint, I don't know what that'd be to be like really good and think highly of yourself. And now all of a sudden, you have to do a complete flip around in your psychology and be like, okay, we actually have to go back to the foundation.
Yeah, you got to stick with your fundamentals. You got to stay humble. And what Coach Rule does here, one game at a time. And, Tonga Vailoa, he's had a pretty decent season, 2,400 yards passing. He's 21 for 7 in interceptions to touchdown ratio, 21 touchdowns, 7 picks. A 71.4 QBR. So he's having an okay season. Just obviously some of them turnovers, some of them interceptions are probably at key situations. I haven't seen all their games. I've probably seen highlights.
There's definitely been some key ones.
Right.
There are the times they got to get the drive going.
And he gets a pick. And that happens. We've been in that situation as a Husker football
just
squad
happened
here,
against Michigan State.
Exactly. So you just got the timing of, so the stats look great, but still, it's the timing of those errors when they come. And it gets any team at the D1 level. If you got them like on the ropes, you're beating them up, you got to close the deal. And if you don't, they'll stick around. We've seen that too. Even though we won before our loss here, the wins and the losses before the 3 in a row, we had games where we should have shut the door early, and then we didn't do that. So the team and the players have to learn that amongst themselves to get that instinct of understanding. Okay, Bud's in the water. We got to shut it down. We got to have a drive where we put it in the end zone, or we have a defensive hole where we don't let them get no field goal and no yardage and get them a 3 and out, and then game's over. They got to get in that type of mindset amongst each other. And this is just across the board of any college football program, any sport. Same thing now. I've said to my esports players, hey, when we get that moment in the game of Call of Duty or Overwatch, let's shut the door and let's finish this off, so we get the victory, and then we don't allow that team to give them any chance to come back and build that momentum.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I think both teams kind of hinted on it. They're going to be coming in with a little bit of a similar mindset of like, we got to go back, work on some things. So they both, obviously Nebraska had a lot more recent success, but they still just dropped the game to Michigan State. A game where a lot of people were finally starting to pick Nebraska a little more confidently. And it just, one of those things where Michigan State was actually one that they smelt blood in the water once they kind of kept pushing us. We're not necessarily a team that's great from coming behind, especially down the stretch.
Right.
It was interesting though. The end of the game there, Michigan State, they just kept throwing the ball for us for whatever reason. Instead of milking the clock, they wanted to throw the ball. I don't know who the commentator said it, but once they got to the victory formation, I couldn't help it laugh out loud. He said, "You think they'll throw it here?"
Oh my goodness!
Because it was a weird kind of game for Michigan State, their interim head coach. The decisions there.
That's where things going on there.
Again, the refs weren't great in that one. I'm sure you've heard that argument, but that's just again where you got to find ways to not let the judge be the deciding factor.
Don't never let the referees be this. I remember since hearing that probably since high school, and I know what that means. That means I play mistake free, and don't give the other team any shot, and don't give the referee any shot. That means stay on sides, don't do dumb penalties, things like that. And for sometimes it's just the anxiety, nervousness, or you get thinking too much ahead of yourself, and you just kind of throw your timing off whatever position you're playing, and just kind of forget your fundamentals for a second there. That's about it.
Yeah, because even in that Iowa game, whether you agree with the call or not for that, whether the illegal hand signal for the fair catch. I mean, they still had, I think, over a minute and 30 seconds, and they had to drive less than half the field to score. So it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe it wasn't the right call, but there's still an opportunity for you to take over. And again, we do have Drew and Wahoo sent it looks like it's pictures. We'll check that one out after the show. But again, appreciate you guys chiming in. Nonetheless, we'll go ahead and get out of here. We'll set the table for the Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pearsonell. And then after him, Speed and Power. And that will kind of wrap up Ticket Weeknights. We'll have some replays after. And then, of course, stick around for the basketball postgame show. Season opener today versus Lindenwood. No Casey Tominaga, but we'll get to see some of the other guys play. And we will have the postgame show to be Nick Bach. I think Nick may be calling in. I'll be around, so it should be a good one. Don't go anywhere. This will be it for us, though. Talk to you guys in a bit.
All right, go Big Red.